I also feel like some of these limiting beliefs, like, it's keeping artists broke. You know, we almost have this, like poverty pride. Hey creators, welcome back to the studio. I'm Aramis, the artist. Y'all, we headed straight out, so let me take y'all to a field trip. Ooh, field trip. Did you all get excited for field trips as a kid like me? Y'all, we got all the goddesses in the car. Okay, they was just bitches and hoes the other day because it's been a journey. Okay, your girl's out here looking rough as can be, dropping spray paint. I'm bringing some backup spray paint just in case we nick any of the, okay, that's dirty. Just in case we nick any of the frames in transit, we can just kind of like touch it up and get it nice and clean. Andy is ratchet strapping the frames, and the paint is in there. So actually we put the paintings inside the frame, so they're all, and like everything's literally ready to go. We just got it mounted to the wall. We rented a 15-foot truck. I think we only needed a 10, but they didn't have those available. Got the rock, time to roll. If you know where that's from, we friends, okay? What was that from, babe?
What?
Got the rock, time to roll. I'll give you a hint.
Don't tell me.
I'll give you a hint.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
What's the worst that could happen?
No.
What?
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen?
No.
Yeah. Martin Lawrence.
I know, Blue Street.
Blue Street.
Blue
Okay.
Street. Yeah, Blue
Both
Street.
of
Did you
them
get
were-
Blue Street?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Remember they were robbing the bank. Yeah. I'm sorry? Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm still taking it in myself. Oh, that looks great. Brady's here. Hey, Brady. Y'all, it's been real out here, okay? We have a lot more to go. We about to call it a night. Oh, Brady's here with Converge Media. I'm doing an interview with them. He's getting a little bit of BTS. I will make sure I link that video below when that is available, but y'all should definitely follow them. They always feature artists and just so many dope things going on locally around Seattle. Look at Aries peeking out. So long story about Aries, but anywho, yeah, we're gonna call it a night. We're gonna wrap it up, and I'm gonna see y'all back in the morning because we got to do round 2, which is getting the pieces in the main lobby up on the wall. Doing a mighty fine job. Just to sit. No, Alicia, look at him. All the hard work you did, babe. How you feeling, Alicia?
So good.
Feeling good.
So good.
That's more calming than it should be.
Just to be pulled, isn't that nice?
Like on a mountain of blankets on wheels on a flying. It's a flying carpet.
Yeah. I gotta take these back to U-Haul. Gotta go. Y'all, we back. Okay. She back and she better. She put on little lips today. All right, she's feeling it. It is such a great day in Seattle. But we did so good yesterday. We made so much progress. I think we only have 4 more pieces to hang. Once those are all done, yeah, the rest is getting like the literature, the text, the Zodiac Show frame, like all the information about the show. And yeah, let's get started. Let's get started. The gang's all here. I had y'all in the lobby because they playing music and I don't want to get a copyright claim, so yeah. That's so funny that the guys were like into the
Boring ass people looking at that emails and all that. I get to walk through this. That's good. That's time while you're doing stuff.
We might be in here. We're here too far.
here to the right.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Just
nice.
How's it look?
She's looking a little high on the left, but maybe it's just the lights too. If you look at the bottom, like the top.
If you stand right next to this pillar, you can see
She's right on. I feel like she's right on. That's a good trick. You said Leo? Oh yeah, Leo. Yeah, no, that's a good trick. Yeah, I think she's good. I think they're good. Yeah, nice. So what they do is measure the distance between the hanging hardware that's on the back. Those are D-rings. So they're measuring the distance between the D-ring, marking it on the wall, and then putting our hooks at those spots, and then getting hung on the wall. Nice. Right. Okay, we're finally using a stud finder on the last piece. Actually, look, second to the last. We got. Oh, and it's perfect, babe, that you haven't done Aries, because I can show them how you actually put it, how we put the painting in a frame, how we sealed it, and like did that process.
Tag the Gilmans and whatnot.
Tag the Gilmans. Yeah, thank you, Brian, and thank you, Kathy. We lay out. Just about everything for this project was gifted. We were gifted a bag of D-rings, like all those D-rings.
really.
It was like 500, probably 100.
And it wasn't even about the show. It was just like, oh, do y'all use these? Here, just have these things. Digging them out. And this, we didn't even go through half of them.
This whole show.
Or maybe exactly.
It's been magic. We've been literally gifted and granted everything. So super grateful for everybody. But can we talk about this lounge area? Okay, this is where, did I tell y'all this is where everybody gonna be? This is where we're gonna be vibing. Everybody can chill, unwind, relax. More seating back there. And then I'm gonna be sitting here doing the artist talk. Then Andy's coming back in with the leveler to make sure that those two lines that they drew were accurate and in alignment so that the piece can be nice and level when we get it hung on the wall. Did you get these online, babe?
I did.
Okay, on Amazon?
I did.
Cool. There's a pack we got on Amazon. It's a 100-pound picture hanging kit, and there's 10 pieces in here. So each piece can hold 100 pounds. We're using 2 on each painting. And this is how it is
What
here.
I can see in a direction that which way should we do it?
A little bit to your end, and then it comes with the nails.
So maybe it's
You can put it
something
in like
horizontal.
this. It comes with 3. Ooh, she's really crooked, guys.
No way.
She's really low on everybody. Babe, come back, look, like
Okay. Level the blue plane right on the top of it.
split Leo vibes. She looks great. All right, y'all, so we are actually assembling Aries now in the frame. This is what we did for all of them at the house, but Aries was at the studio, so we weren't able to do it. Now that she's here, Andy's gonna show y'all how we put her in. Pretty much just, he measured her. I showed y'all that in the frame video.
Yeah, so we're just gonna need.
Yeah, she's looking really good. She's looking really
I
good.
think I have to finish it.
So whenever there was the gaps, we have these little shims, which is like little pieces of wood that we were putting in there to keep her stable so she wouldn't shift. Whoopsies.
Just put that in there. One in over here. That'll do it. Boom.
Here, let me show them the package of the shims. Can you put some on the side? These are the shims.
Not needed.
You don't think she's gonna shift over? Okay,
Have you seen an issue with any of those?
correct.
Some of them do have one side that's like constructed them sideways.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, no, I trust you. Okay, we aren't putting them on the sides just because the piece isn't moving to the side. Some of them he did just because they were a big space, but this is okay, I guess. We just gonna let the frame fabricator make the call on that one. Okay, so what Andy was doing was making sure that all of the frames were the same, that the D-ring was attached to the same spot. So all of them, we did 14 inches?
Yep.
Okay, so we're taking it, measuring it from the top. This is 14, so I'm gonna put a mark here. So that's our 14. That's where our hanging hardware is gonna go.
That is the same thing.
14. Yeah, this was all the fun action you were missing till we shut the house up. We had frames and paintings everywhere. Everywhere.
And no real big space on the floor, so we're doing them standing up.
Standing, leaning in the hallway.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, more power to you.
What he's putting on now are these. So it was like, we're pretty much doing it like a frame, like the one you find in the Hobby Lobby or Michael's with these, because then you could just turn them and take the painting out. You know what I mean? And I can show you over here. So he's like gonna attach these in here to keep the painting in. And so he's anchoring them throughout. And so then when, if the client ever wants to take the frame out, since it's only just one screw here, they can turn it.
That's
And
brilliant.
then it takes the frame out.
That's great.
For Gemini, I think for some of the other ones that had a little bit of a bigger gap, we used a 3-inch.
I can't imagine anybody wouldn't want to use the frames.
Yeah, well, you know, people like their color palette and stuff, like maybe gold isn't the vibe, maybe they want black or white. And for our last ones, I think the ones for chocolate milk, like the one we did Devil Museum, screwed in the bracket to the painting. So like you can do that too. Like you can screw it in and screw it into the wood and the stretcher bar. But, you know.
In this case, that might pull them back.
Yeah,
That might pull the painting
recede it back from the frame. Yep. But this just gives the collector more flexibility. And like, cause they might want to, like, say like the frame gets damaged, you know?
Yeah.
It just gives them options to take the frame off.
That's good. Options are good.
Yeah. You know, rich people like options.
Yeah, they do.
And that's our target.
That's right.
I was talking about like just different people target audience. I'm realizing, yeah, college students at festivals aren't my target audience.
Yeah,
You
right.
know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I don't have to feel bad about not having $20 prints.
Right.
We're going to the next level.
Next level. Level up.
When you know it's not, yeah. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang, think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm just playing in the cut, I got my Vans on. I'm not selfish, I get on and put my mans on. Always busy since the day I got my first safe. 5'7", but I'm 6'8" when I stand on the money pals. Need a money counter. I put my thumb for thumb.
How you like your women? That was like a meme on Instagram that we just keep going.
Y'all, you got the rest.
Oh, I'm along for this.
Yeah. Tap out right at the end.
Y'all did all the hard work.
Yeah, you can do this one by yourself. Me and Alicia gonna go eat.
She's from one of the smallest.
I mean, she's small enough to just use the cable, the wire. Like, honestly, like.
To use the wire?
Yeah, you can use the wire on her.
No, we have the D-ring on her. What I do like about the D-rings though, is that it won't shift. You're not on a wire.
That's true. That's
if
true.
If somebody jumps,
that's true.
Kind of like tilt it.
Yeah.
Okay, give me the. Let's lift it. Let's put it in its place.
All right.
Are you okay? Are you all right?
Will you find? I don't know. Never mind. I do know. No,
I'm
I don't.
Sorry.
Laser level.
Sorry.
So
I'm gonna hurt the baby.
you just give us the go ahead on where good is. Left, right. You okay for
Yeah, we might bring her high to kind of match up.
Sure.
She's looking good. It's a little to the. I think maybe she's come a little to the right. She might be right.
Tilted. You mean you're tilted, crooked? I know the shadows are definitely crooked.
Right.
It's kind of the measure on the wall. So I got 21 and a half here. Yeah. 21 and a half. Oh, that's 20 and a half. No, yeah. So
Yeah, she seems like she's kind of going that way. Yeah. Looks like she can come down a hair on the right.
Let's get it right.
I think it's minuscule.
Let's get it right. Why don't you get it right? If you're able to see it, let's do it.
I feel like it's small enough that we can kind of just pull her. Look, you know how like when it just rests in the, like the actual. She's pretty on.
Yeah, this side.
I think she's on. Babe, like she's
Let's
on.
just do a full walkthrough. If it feels good, we'll keep it. If it looks crooked, we'll change it. That's what we're here for. Being in a rush, we got time.
This was my snack, y'all. Now it's art.
This is my one artistic contribution.
This is your contribution?
I want it to be clear that it's he with the nose.
Nice. Don't put the meaty part on the. Don't put the juicy part.
Well, the tape has to stick.
Right. We just do it really quickly.
Oh, I thought we were leaving.
No, we're not leaving this.
You don't want to be edgy?
No. So good. That's the Zodiac Show. That's the show. Style. Right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready for the show? Come through.
She wanna know me, I stay low key, all gas, no brakes, baby, let them hoes sleep. Body on 10, make your girl OD. I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Is you riding on a team? Got what you need, baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down.
Congratulations. Keep your minds on me. And we back, y'all. The studio is a mess, okay? It's a work in progress. We are in the deep planning process for the show. Man, let me see. By the time, will we have done the show by the time you see this? No, I ain't gonna hold this footage that long. Today is May 15th, okay? We're planning for my Zodiac Show, which is taking place on June 4th. You are so invited. Look, Nalisha was getting all the things. We got my bio. I actually need to edit this, but this was just like a sample to see how I like the foam board. Love it. It feels really good. We were gonna do like a trifold for the VIP people, but I was like, yeah, no, let's actually do a booklet. So the people who sign up for the VIP tier, they're gonna get like a booklet that shows all the prints, all the paintings that I created. Ooh, this is nice. we haven't finished that. The layout, all that stuff isn't complete yet, but for the most part, this was the rough copy. Not a fan, but I'm glad we did a sample before we printed out like 150 of these. So it's always good to get samples of anything you print, especially when you're doing a mass quantity. But shout out to Nalisha. Okay, y'all, she had took care of getting the air signs, getting photographs done of the air signs. So y'all, they here. Yes, by the time you see this, these are officially up on the site. This is Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Y'all know I love I love the entire air sign series. I feel like they all work together. It's like this complementary effect going on, like Libra and Gemini with these clouds and just the color palette of Aquarius and Gemini together, but then their skin tone is matching the sunset of Libra. Like, okay, sis. I feel like I'm not an Aquarius or Libra at all. Like, I'm a Gemini, but I would love to get like the whole series of the air signs because they're everything. The greeting cards are coming too. Yeah, the greeting cards are coming too for the patrons. Why do change be so hard? Like, I'm actually somebody who enjoy change. To me, change represents growth, which is beautiful, but with growth comes growing pains, you know, and it can be difficult for sure. And so this is it. This is the last bit of the greeting cards. So like the patrons are gonna get the air signs. And if you are new here, welcome, boo. Okay. I paint large scale cosmic queens out here in Seattle, Washington. And for the past 2 years, I've been mailing out greeting cards to my Patreon community, and I'm making the shift where now I'm no longer mailing those out. I've also been coming up against something that I think is really interesting, and like I want to share with y'all, especially if there's some artists out here who's struggling with like pricing. Okay, I know as a new creator, I've been on this journey about, I think I've said 5 years. I feel like I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, and I've been saying 5 years since I started my YouTube channel, but realizing that it's been 7. It's like once you add the 2 years I've been doing this plus the 5, yeah, it's actually been 7 years that I've been doing this. And I know in the beginning I really struggled with pricing, and I really struggled with increasing my prices and like knowing my worth. And I feel like I'm getting so much better with that now. I think I talk about that in the last vlog as well. But now I think what really confronted me, especially during this collaboration with Cornish, is feeling this sort of guilt around collaborations with corporate partners. You know, I think that there can be this sort of collective narrative to eat the rich and like demonize wealthy people, developers, anybody who is in a place or position of power or wealth, that I think can actually put a limit and belief on people, especially artists, as we try to get into a position where we have the financial stability that we need. Like if we have a limit and belief around like wealthy people being bad, why would we want to become wealthy? You know what I mean? Like that's actually stopping us from becoming our highest versions of ourselves by demonizing people who are rich or wealthy. So that's definitely something that I'm working to shed. But in addition to that, like I was thinking about this morning, y'all. I feel like I'm at like 4 intersections, okay? I'm a Black woman artist who creates work around spirituality. Okay, so it's like I'm in these 4 different things that holds a lot of trauma around money and success. Okay, like when you think about the Black community, when you think about women, when you think about artists, when you think about especially the spiritual community, and like, oh, you know, like you shouldn't be charging for spiritual, like just so, like I'm literally having to overcome the psychological chains in my mind around my worth and my identity around as a Black female artist living in this world who wants to represent higher consciousness, spirituality, creations, you know. And I'm shedding that belief while still struggling with it myself, because the other pillar of intersectionality that I'm at is I activism. You know, like I don't identify as an activist. I feel like that title was like pushed on me so much, especially during the Black Lives Matter movement and being a part of painting the Black Lives Matter mural that's out here in Seattle. I'll link a video to that if you all didn't check out that behind the scenes of the mural painting process of that. So I really don't, I don't like any categories. Okay, I don't like any categories. I don't like being put into any boxes or bubbles. The identity that I identify with the most is definitely an artist, period, point blank. But I do consider myself to be an active community member who has a level of consciousness and intentionality that I want to bring to the world. And I have been a part of many movements out here in Seattle to resist some of the gentrification and displacement that has been taking place. And so to collaborate with different partners who are building these large buildings and causing many of the changes that's taking place in Seattle, it can definitely be, I can definitely feel torn, you know. But shout out to Bae. Okay, like Andy always makes me just feel so seen in so many beautiful ways. And he's like, babe, what is most important? Like, you are also contributing to the world by making sure that more Black women are being seen on larger platforms, you know? And like when I think about this collab that I'm doing with Cornish, Zodiac Goddesses that are gonna be right in the heart of downtown, where they are like standing unapologetically in their Blackness, in their beauty. They got box braids, they got locks, they got, you know what I mean? Like they just like bringing that Black girl magic vibe and energy that you don't really see in these kind of fine art institutions. And so him saying that definitely made me feel that there's still other ways to serve. It doesn't only have to be like where I'm just like shutting down from any organization, any institution. There's still a way to participate, but participate in a way where you are still bringing voice, you bringing light to the people who need that the most. And for me, as a Black woman, I feel like that's definitely the person that I identify with clearly and the woman that I create in my work and the woman that I want to be seen and like represented in the world. So yeah, and I also feel like some of these limiting beliefs like it's keeping artists broke. You know, we almost have this, like poverty pride, you know, where it's like, oh, like, you know, like just this sort of judgment, or just this sort of energy that we give to artists who are successful or who do like maybe more commercial work. I feel like there's definitely this sort of pride around like, oh, you know, if you're a true artist, you know, you're gonna do it for the work, and you know, I don't want to be a part of these institutions. It's like, bitch, I want health insurance. Like, hold on. Like, you can feel good about that, but your girl out here trying to make it. Because I know when I make it, I can be at the table where I'm making opportunities for other people who are on their journey of trying to make it. And also realizing like when I have the tools that I need, I also don't even have to be worrying about sitting at your table. I'll have the resources to build my own table, you know? And so I feel like if artists really understand the financial power that money can hold and what that can do to help provide more opportunities for artists, like I am just so grateful for Randy. Randy McCoy is the artist who has helped build this studio where I'm at, and there's like over 50 different artists in this spaces. And it's like, I love Randy, okay? And he has made it possible for me to even have this studio. Like when I moved into this studio was when I started my YouTube channel, which started y'all being here, which started my Patreon community, like just really growing and having so many patrons and supporters. It just made so many different things thrive for me. And of course, it allowed me the opportunity to paint these giant cosmic queens that now I'm doing my first solo exhibition because of the space that I have. And that was because an artist understood that artists need space to make their art. But in order to buy space, you gotta have the capital. So it's like that's what I want to do, y'all. I genuinely want to build more warehouses so that artists can have space to create. Like your girl is not, I'm about to be out here in commercial real estate. You heard it here first, okay? Actually, the patrons heard that first, okay? Look, I shared that with them a while ago as to why their support means so much to me. Like, it's truly bigger to me, y'all. And like, I don't even want to get into all of that, but it truly is. And I feel like once artists shed the belief that you being broke don't make you a true artist. Like, let's stop romanticizing this starving artist narrative, because it truly just keeps us shackled. And I also feel like let's stop demonizing other artists who do work with like corporate partners or doing like commercial projects, you know what I mean? Because it's like, that's helping pay their bills so that they can continue to create and make more art in the world. So yeah, that's just like my whole take on it, y'all. I don't even think I've told y'all this, y'all, but Andy actually quit his job. Andy used to work in corporate. He quit his job last October, y'all. Last October, okay? We're in May, so he hasn't been working for a while. What he's been doing, he's been working with me. I done went and hired my husband, okay? No, not really. He don't get paid at all, okay? But y'all get it, whatever. In that being said, you know, a lot of people stay with their jobs because they be thinking about, oh, like healthcare and insurance. How am I gonna get insurance? Y'all, now we're paying out of pocket for insurance. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity, for the financial means to be able to do that. But that has been because one of my patrons, like my patrons, supporters, and collectors, period, point blank, in the story, okay? But also because I have been doing different collaborations where I'm not keeping myself limited, where it's like I only need to make prints. Look at this, where I only need to make prints that's available to my artist friends. First of all, I think artists also need to realize that your target audience doesn't have to be artists. Like, my target audience is not artists. That's not my target audience, okay? If there's artists who like my work, if there's artists who want to support what I'm doing, phenomenal, yes please, thank you, I truly appreciate that. But what I'm specifically talking about is that my target audience is not my like broke artist friends. It's not. So it's like, if I try to have this narrative where it's like, oh well, let me make it like affordable and accessible for my friends, sometimes your business model is not going to include your friends, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's truly about getting to a place of growth where you are at a point where you can accept an energy in exchange that is in alignment with the time and effort and energy that's put into your work. And if that's no longer a $20 print that your artist friend can maybe afford, then now it's time to make that financial transition to a higher level, you know? Especially when you start thinking about how can I build a life for my family where we don't have to be contingent upon working in some corporate institution in order for me to pay my bills or in order for me to get health insurance. It's like, cool, maybe I can come in with a little corporate institution as an independent contractor, paint some real quick, and then be deuces and out so that I can still have the financial means to take care of my family. And I'm just really grateful that we're in a position to be able to do that right now. But the grind continues. The grind continues, you know? And I think the more that I get out of the limiting belief that, oh, I can't work with certain people because they're quote unquote bad. It's like, why is somebody bad because they have money? When did we say that? Why did we start that? And I know for a lot of different organizations that I don't work with, it's not about them having a lot of money as to why I don't work with them. It's about their value system, you know? So I definitely feel that and respect that 100%, but I'm also not about to let myself get caught up in this mental trap that I can only work with people who are in the community. You know what I mean? Or I can only work with people who are in a financial bracket that's matching my own. No, I actually want to far exceed my financial bracket. So how do I open myself up to those partners while still releasing the guilt and shame that can be around that, you know? And I think it comes down to releasing the idea of what people think about me. I know for me, it was like, what are people gonna think if I have my artwork up on this building? That ain't my problem to worry about. Because whatever they're thinking, that's their own internal work that they need to do. You know, because what I know that I'm doing is working with partners who feel in alignment. So it's like if I'm gonna collaborate with anybody, it's gonna be somebody who's matching my values in that perspective, and somebody who is far exceeding my tax bracket, so that I can understand what that life looks like, so that I can also help educate other artists and give them permission, like, yeah, boo, you have every right to stand in your glow up and your level up. I celebrate you as a thriving artist, and let's dismantle and let's stop romanticizing this belief that artists have to be broke, poor, doing drugs, doing something to get their inspiration. Yeah, no, I actually thrive the best when I have abundant money in my funds, when I'm sober and drinking water, when I'm healthily, mentally balanced. Okay, that's when I make my best art, when I am represented in the highest version of myself. So let's let that narrative spread. Okay, y'all, I'm about to dive into some painting. That was a long little rant for us all. Okay, look, I'm looking at the time. Yeah, it's time to wrap it up. I'm gonna see y'all in a bit.